Hello, coolers, and welcome to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona. I'm back again to give you guys the very latest on FC Barcelona. I've been out for a while due to some discomfort. So we're going to be discussing on two stories in this episode. We start with Athletic Club Bilbao defender Inigo Martinez. Of course, this is not the first time we've been talking about Inigo Martinez. Despite the fact that Barca have signed Jules Koundé and have already strengthened their defense, they are still keeping their eyes on this Athletic Club defender. So this report is claiming that Barca are ready to send an important offer for the 31-year-old defender in the coming hours. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Then secondly, talking about this report claiming that Barcelona have been given a total of 750 million euros plus boost through the sales of the three economic levers that Barca have sold. Of course, the latest one being yesterday, as Laporta did confirm that Barca Studios 49.5% is being sold. So we are also going to be discussing on this report. So guys, as we get right into these stories in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Give the video a like and make sure to watch the video right up to the very end. Barca, Barca, Barca. Despite the capture of Jules Koundé, the Barcelona board has not backed down from their quest to enhance their options in the defensive unit. The club are set to be in for yet another centre-back, with Inigo Martinez emerging as a priority option for Xavi Hernandez as he looks for a complete overhaul in the back line ahead of the new season. Martinez is among the players facing a precarious situation at Athletic Club as his current contract expires at the end of next season. It has put Barca on red alert, with the club reportedly hoping to attain his services on a cut-price deal. According to Onda Vasca, Inigo Martinez will not meet his Athletics board of directors to renew his contract. He could be looking for a fresh challenge elsewhere, though there are hints that the club may look to renegotiate. Nevertheless, Barcelona are expected to come up with a fresh bid for the experienced centre-back in the coming hours. While the defender does not have, he does have a staggering 80 million euro release clause attached to his contract there. Athletic Club will have to settle for a lower valuation, knowing interested parties can simply ask him to wait around for a year before he is available for a free transfer. To that end, Barca's offer will not cover the entirety of the release clause, but it still might be significant enough to convince Athletic Club to offload their prized defender ahead of the new season. However, should the two clubs fail to find a common ground, it will not be surprising to see Barca targeting Inigo Martinez in January, when he will be able to, have a pre-contract arrangement with them. And from there on, Barca will see if they can possibly sign him as a free agent in the coming summer. Honestly, I don't see the reason why Barcelona still keep, pursuing this 31-year-old defender. Initially, when Jules Koundé seemed like a lost target for us, you quite remember when Chelsea was in full control in that Jules Koundé saga some 3 weeks back. Barcelona did not hesitate to, expand their options so that, they might not regret for not giving more options. When Jules Koundé was about to go to Chelsea, as reports were claiming by that time, Inigo Martinez was one of those players that were talking in many reports that Barca are being linked with him. But when Jules Koundé, looked like he will be a Barca player, it seemed as though will have nothing to do again with Inigo Martinez. But honestly, on my own personal perspective, it kind of surprised me that up to now, Barcelona still keep an eye on Inigo Martinez. And of course, by next summer, he'll be 32 years old. And we know we are building a team. We are trying to build a young team. Normally, it was a great joy to see us sign Jules Koundé, who is just 23 years old. That tells you how, that's what they call a squad overhaul. Bringing in young players, knowing that the future is bright, players that will last in our team. But I don't think it's the best of ideas again. Still pursuing Inigo Martinez. Yes, of course, he'll be a free agent next year. Of course, Barcelona like to go for him. But come on, that does not mean we should go. I think there are better young defenders out there if Xavi wants to go next summer for another defender, but not Inigo Martinez. I'm just saying this in my own perspective. And it kind of surprised me, to be honest, that Inigo Martinez is still on Barca's radar. So it's going to be interesting to see how far Barcelona go with the interest of this guy. And of course, according to reports, the player is very happy with Barca's interest and is even keen. He does not even want to extend his contract with Athletic Club. Of course, when you hear which player out there will hear interest from Barca and want to extend his contract with his current club. So that is what is happening with Inigo Martinez. So let's see how this ends up. But Barca, as I said, are planning to go for him next season because as it stands, Xavi knows very well his defense is okay. His defense is top notch. We don't need any strengthening again. Jules Koundé came, Andres Christensen came. I think that'll be it. Then on to the next story of discussion. In light of the financial crisis that was looming around the start of the summer transfer window, the Barcelona board took some drastic steps by sanctioning the sale of some of the club's major assets. Among the assets, the club opted to sell 25% of TV rights in separate transactions to Sixth Street, an American firm. The first transaction saw them, give away 10% of the rights for a fee of up to 267 million euros, as per David Ibanez, who has put out a comprehensive report on Barca's earnings from these economic levers. Barcelona continued to sell the remaining, 15% of the TV rights for a figure of around 400 million euros. However, much of it was utilized in repaying the loan taken from Goldman Sachs during the start of the Joan Laporta's tenure as club president. As such, the collective figure of up to 667 million euros was not enough to register the slew of signings Barcelona made in July. The list includes the likes of Robert Lewandowski, Jules Koundé, and Rafinha, while Ousmane Dembélé also renewed his contract. With no possibility of the registration of the new signings, Barcelona have recently triggered a third economic lever by selling a 25% stake of Barca Studios to Socios.com for a fee of around 100 million euros. Reports suggest it will be enough to help Barca register their newest players, although the club are ideally looking to offload all the French players in the team, including Martin Braithwaite and even Memphis Depay. In total, FC Barcelona have generated a fee of up to 767 million euros by utilizing the three economic levers. Such a generation of wealth could go a long way in helping the club drive out its financial crisis, although it will be equally important for Barcelona to offer a high level of performance and remain relevant on the European footballing scene. I think Joan Laporta and co have done some great business. It's been amazing. It's risky though. Normally going for, selling some of your assets just to finance debts, buy players, register signings. It's risky, but we know in life you must take risks if you want to enjoy. You must take the biggest risk if you want to make it higher. We have gotten a lot of critics, against Barca, talking about where do Barca get the money from, how do this, how do that. Come on. Like, Laporta is a genius. What he's doing with Xavi Hernandez, of course, Matteo Alemany, they are doing something great for this club. And we as fans, we are optimistic, very optimistic that this season will be such an amazing one. So totally, this report is saying that 767 million euros is the amount that have been totally generated from the sale of those three economic levers. Of course, we talk about the 25% of TV rights that were sold. Of course, it was sold in two installments to the very Sixth Street. The first was the 10%, which brought about 207 million euros. Then the next, again, Barca sold the remaining 15%, which brought about, 300 and something million euros. And a grand total of everything. Barca Studios was officially sold yesterday at 49.5%. So I think it has really gone a long way to help us in our transfer business, to pay our debt as well, which is very, very important. So now Barca are trying to focus on the deadweight players, trying to get rid of them because, there's no time. La Liga have their rules that we must follow, and Laporta is doing his utmost best to see that the French players are being departed before the new season kicks off. So, callers, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.